Great day, FortuneFastlane members! You're about to embark on a journey of a lifetime. You've come here because you know there's more to come. Every effort you make will be rewarded. After watching this video, you'll know for sure if you're headed in the right direction, and even if you're not, you'll be able to adjust your trajectory. Your destination can and will be completely different when and if you modify your direction, even if it's by just a few degrees. FortuneFastlane welcomes you to the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not yet subscribed, consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell, because the following are 15 reliable indicators that you'll be well off in the years to come. Let's not waste any time and dive right into our list. Number 1. You operate from an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset. There has never been a time in history when so much money has been traded and circulated in the market. You are witnessing the biggest transfer of wealth in human history. 70.5% of the world's new billionaires are self-made. Why do these facts matter? Because your outlook on the financial climate will either propel you or shackle you. You are far more inclined to identify resources and opportunities when you are seeking them out, believing that they exist. Conversely, if you believe that there aren't any chances of success, you will more than likely not even look. This is way more than just thinking positive. This is taking action based on your beliefs, and those actions are in direct proportion to whether you have an abundance mindset or a scarcity mindset. Number 2. You're not in a hurry for it to happen overnight, but you possess a sense of urgency. We know that you are relentless in your pursuit of success, or you wouldn't be consuming this content. You're ravenous when you get up in the morning. You've learned enough about the process through experience or listening to others to know that it doesn't happen overnight. Building wealth takes 8 to 10 years of hard work. The biggest challenge that most people have is comparing the chapter 1 of their journey to someone else's chapter 10. Stop comparing. Your journey is unique to you and you alone. The more you compare, the more frustrated you'll be. You need to have a little bit of discontent with your progress, but having too much will consume you. Recognize that the person you are today is not who you were when you started your journey. Likewise, the person who you will be in 5 years won't even recognize the person you are today. Just keep going. Number 3. Your stats aren't average. There is a moment in your life when you realize that you're different. For some people, it happens earlier than others. It's not arrogance. It's a quiet confidence that recognizes that your output is better than everyone else around you. Whatever the reason, be it natural talent or hard work, you are excelling far beyond those around you. This doesn't mean you won't experience failure or setbacks. Fortunately for you though, you discovered early on that your success is in direct proportion to the number of times you fail, and that the impressive numbers you are putting up have only come from falling and getting back up. Number 4. You intentionally live below your means. While many individuals rush out and buy a huge home or a new automobile to impress everyone that doubted them, you keep your cost of living the same even as your income increases. This is the greatest trick you can use to expand your fortune. Spending more money than you can afford is what causes people financial duress and stress. Flexing on social media will keep you poor. You must fight the temptation to do so. There is a huge difference between needing something and wanting something. There's no shame in wanting something, but if you don't need it, fight the urge to spend on it. It's no easy feat, but the more you practice this, the easier it becomes. Number 5. You earn with your mind, not with your body. This isn't a jab at professions that require physical labor or activity. There are many successful and highly profitable careers that require you to use your body. But scaling these businesses or careers can be very difficult and in some cases impossible. The human body has limitations, and as we age, some of our physical skills start to erode. There is no income limit to what you can generate with your thoughts. Your body, on the other hand, has a finite supply of resources, and you're bound by the need to eat, sleep, and rest. Number 6. You take your profits and reinvest it into other assets that build your wealth. This is the most important lesson you learn from successful people. Take money out when things are good and invest it in other assets that generate income. This strategy will keep generating you more money in the long run. It's how the wealthy continue to grow their fortunes. Number 7. You understand that a job won't make you rich. Even if you work for an employer, you'll never be able to achieve financial independence just by that. In our age, the greatest deception we were taught was that a high-paying job is the only way to get wealthy. It's a no-brainer for those who understand this to incorporate and establish a business. Leverage and technology may be used to increase the value of both yourself and your assets. Like Thanos, it's an inevitability. Number 8. You're able to save or reinvest over 80% of your income. This is hard but not impossible. You have to do 2 things at the same time. First, be strategic in your effort to make more money. And second, continue to live beneath your means. Most people are playing defense when it comes to their incomes. You have to develop an offensive strategy to get more points on the board. That is, make more. What new tools are you adding to your arsenal? What skills have you developed that you can offer to the marketplace? We aren't suggesting that you fall for every new shiny object that crosses your path, but we are stating factually that if you continue doing the same things you've done, you will achieve the same results. Once you have developed new skills or a new way to generate additional income, reinvest it back into income-producing assets, thus compounding your efforts and your wealth. Number 9. You're in an emerging industry. It's hard for us not to cringe when we hear someone say, "There's too much competition in that arena." Duh! Have you ever heard the phrase, "restaurant row"? What does it mean to you? Typically, it means that it's a street where all the restaurants are. Why would a restaurant want to be on a street where other eateries are competing for the same business? Because of the foot traffic. Go where the money goes, being selective about the businesses you choose to enter. Don't be afraid of getting your feet wet in a promising business. If you have a boat in the water, it will rise with the rising sea level. It's an ever-changing world, and it's changing fast. The days of relying on a single job for the rest of your life are long gone. Emerging industries provide you the opportunity to develop into positions you didn't know existed and to be at the forefront of change. Be advised, you will have to reinvent yourself multiple times in your lifetime, just like a self-arranging jigsaw, in order to find out who you are. Number 10. You're focused on building new streams of income. Adding a new stream every year since the launch of FortuneFastlane has been a key corporate survival strategy since its establishment. Because we don't depend on outside funding to expand, we must create revenue to do so. If you make a stream, no matter how modest, check if you can expand its flow afterward. The strongest skill you can develop when it comes to money and talents is the capacity to bring in money from many sources that don't depend on your direct involvement. Number 11. You keep learning more about money. Since you're already here, you already know the answer to this one. The fact that everyone becomes wealthy by studying money and then putting it into practice is well known. A lot of people don't know this, but CEOs read more than 50 books a year on average. These same titans of their industries attend conferences and invest a considerable amount of money on high-end events and retreats, sharpening their skills. In return for subscribing to FortuneFastlane, you'll gain access to all of the material that would normally cost thousands of dollars, and we want to reach 1 million subscribers. So go ahead and do it now. Number 12. Your friends are crushing it. When you find yourself as the big fish in a little pond, it's time to level up. It has been said that you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around with the most. This is where many successful people plateau. You've got to find another pond where you are the guppy and you're surrounded by sharks. Being in the right group will influence your future. These people are your adoptive family and are made up of individuals you've chosen to be around. When a member of the family is winning, the rest of the family is inspired to do their best to keep up. If you're a millionaire, spend time with multi-millionaires. Soon enough, you too will be included among their number. Number 13. You're at the top of your game in your space and people are taking notice. Keep in mind that money follows momentum. Right now, you might be struggling with obscurity. Work in silence. Let your success do the talking. Remember that the pros are paid millions not for the few hours they spend playing under the spotlight of an arena, but for the thousands of hours they have invested in the dark when no one was looking. People will start paying attention to you after you complete the task and demonstrate your abilities. When there is pressure, money follows. If you have a lot of people looking at you, you'll make more money. Number 14. You're cutting out bad debt in your life. Debt has a bad rap, and many people think that the absence of debt is a sign of financial success. The wealthy, on the other hand, know that there is a good debt and there is bad debt, and they know how to use debt as a tool to create more wealth. When you are taking out loans to purchase liabilities, you are assuming bad debt. When you are taking out loans to purchase assets that will increase in value, you are purchasing good debt. You are also taking advantages of all the tax benefits and shelters that come along with it. Learn how to recognize the difference between the two and make better decisions. Number 15. Don't waste money on stuff you don't need. There is a huge difference between wanting and needing. You need food. You need clothing. You need shelter. We all want nicer things, but we don't always need them. Learn how to distinguish between what you need right now and what you want in the future. There is no shame in rewarding yourself, but there are consequences to overspending. A multi-millionaire friend of our channel, who is a watch fanatic, would often use his expensive watch collection as a way to reward himself and gauge how much money he should be spending. As his income increased, so did the cost of his watches in direct proportion to the amount of money he made. He set limits. These limits were never to exceed a certain percentage of what he earned. He didn't buy himself a $20,000 Rolex until he earned his first million. Guess how much he had to earn before he allowed himself to buy his $100,000? Patek Philippe. He didn't share it with us, but we think it was $5 million. It's time for an inventory check. How many of the 15 signs were you already practicing? How many will you put into practice? Whether it be 1 or 15 indicators, we all have room for improvement. Use this video as a guide and an opportunity for you to journal your experience. So that ends this video. Thank you for dropping by, Fortune Fastlaner. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you think we've given you something useful, feel free to share this video with one person. That's right, only one person, as a gesture of your gratitude for the hard work we put into creating content that inspires and assists you in your quest to building your own fortune. We'll see you soon.